Well, good evening, everybody. I've been a little bit busy doing things that takes a little time, and I had a doctor's appointment today to go and get size for my shoes. And on the way up there, the gospel station here in Jacksonville had played a song, and it literally just broke me in half. When your mind is not on the Lord and you hear a song, it sort of turns your bullet back to the line of the target. When you get on the worldly stuff and you do the worldly things, your eyes tend to look toward the worldly things. But when you hear a song like this, it tends to bring you back to the center. And that's what it did today. And tonight, I couldn't think of that song to save my life. So I decided that I would come out here and I would read every song in the song book. I got to page 362 and I found a song that broke me down today to the point that, Lord, is there a message? And I know there is. I don't know what kind of Bible I'll use, but this song, I don't know a lot of the history of the song. I don't know who wrote it. The title of the song is I Am Thine, O Lord. The group that was singing it was singing in a very humbling way. I will say that. And it could have very well made me, I was even weeping tears driving down to the doctor's office. And when a song does that, it has a tendency to move your eyes from all the stuff that you're thinking about, and it puts it back in the center. It puts it back in the center of the road where your life really is. And I thought what I would do tonight is I would just read the words of this song and just communicate a little bit about what I get out of the song. It was written in 1875, but it says, I am thine, O Lord. The writer is saying, I am thine. I'm happy to say that I'm thine. I'm glad to know that the Lord is my Lord. I am thine. I can say that, O Lord. He is Lord. I have heard thy voice. I heard that voice today on the way to the doctor. And it told thy love to me. It put me back in the center. But I long to rise in the arms of faith. That's putting you back into the center of the road. I long to rise. See, when you're in the world, you don't really care about getting back in the center. But it says, but I long to rise in the arms of faith and be closer drawn to thee. And be closer, meaning where that video is shooting right up there in that little dot. I've got my hand right where that little dot is right there. When I get a little bit off of dead center, He wants me on dead center. See, I have a tendency to look at myself when I make a video. I wish I could train my eyes to look at the video camera right here. And I believe that's what he's saying right here. But I long to rise in the arms of faith and be closer drawn to thee. When I'm close to thee, I don't let the world affect me. I don't let the cares of this life affect me. All of that's going to pass away. Verse 2, it says, consecrate me now to thy service, Lord. Consecrate. The only one that can consecrate me is the Lord. The writer here is saying, consecrate me now in thy service, Lord. The Lord knew what I was thinking about today, looking for stuff, carnal stuff. I got my little grandson a pool, and I've been working on trying to get a good set of steps for him. I wanted to have a place where we could have a little eating time out there by the pool. I've been constantly, I got him a little fire pit that he can watch the flame of the fire and maybe cook some hot dogs or, you know, stuff that I feel like that would be a great memory to an 8-year-old kid. It says, by the power of grace divine. See, the Lord knew I was doing a good job when it comes to what I was doing. It wasn't wrong in what I was doing. It just sort of took me off a dead center. And that's the reason I believe this song hit me as hard as it did. In verse number 3, it says, let me finish with verse 2. Let my soul look up with a steadfast hope. Let my soul look up. My soul looked up the day I heard that song in the car. And my will be lost in thine. See, if I had more focus on his will in my life than all the other things that's going to pass away, all of them ideas that I did for my grandson is going to pass away. But it says here, and my will be lost in thine. Now, I don't think the Lord is up there saying that, Kenny, you put that first above me. I don't think I put it first. I just got off a dead center a little bit. I think that we're all guilty of that. Verse 3, it says this, oh, the pure delight of a single hour that before thy throne I'll spend. I've spent hours looking on Marketplace trying to find things that I needed to buy to get everything ready like I want it to be. I spent hours. And he's saying right here, oh, the pure delight of a single hour. That's 60 minutes now. That before thy throne I spend. If I would have took all the time that I took in doing the carnal things, as much as I should have been at the throne I spend, when I kneel in prayer, I will admit, I don't kneel. I can't get up if I kneel. I was playing with my grandson the other day, 2 weeks ago, and I fell in my front yard, and I just thought, oh, well, it'll get better. It ain't a big deal. Well, for the last 2 weeks, I've hurt in my knee. and I'm still hurting in my knee. Oh, it's not throbbing badly, but I still feel that pain in my leg. Even today, I have to not move very fast. But you know, it ain't to the point that it's just throbbing to death, but I can feel pain in it. Oh, the pure delight of a single hour that before thy throne I spend, when I kneel in prayer with thee, my God. I commune as friend with friend. When I got out here, I couldn't think of that song to save my life. And I thought, this book here's got, I don't know, 450 or more pages in this one songbook. And I called out every page till I got to page 362. And when I saw the song, I was already saying, Lord, help me find that song. Let me find that song. And see, it mentions here, I commune as friend with friend. The Lord knew how much that touched me today to hear that song, and it moved me to the point of wanting to come out here and make a little simple video. It says in verse number 4, this is what really got to me, I think. There are depths of love that I cannot know. Now, it's talking about in this life. There's depths of God's love that I cannot know till I cross the narrow sea. That narrow sea is the sea of death. Now, I've got a lot to live for. And no, I don't want to die. And it says here, till I cross the narrow sea. There are heights of joy that I may not reach. Now, it's talking about spiritual joy. It's not talking about carnal joy. It says there are heights of joy that I may not reach till I rest in peace with thee. And the first thing I thought about it was my mother. I said to myself, you know, my mother's resting at peace with her Lord. She ain't got a care in the world. But yet I'm having to be going through this life content for right now, waiting for me to get back in the center. To get back in the center. Not over here and not over there, but right there. What matters most is right there. Right there where I'm pointing right now. That's the center, and that's what the Lord is saying right here. Here's the chorus of the song. Draw me nearer. Pull me nearer to you. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord. It says, draw me nearer, nearer. You know, if I'm near somebody, I can get even closer. I went to the doctor today and I signed a paper and went out to the audience to sit down. And there was a lady that I could have swore I knew her. And I even went and sat down beside of her. There wasn't many seats, so you had to sit somewhere. But I thought that it was her, but evidently it wasn't. And I felt stupid. So I'm glad that I didn't draw myself nearer to a total stranger to make her think that had unpleasant motives. I just thought she was somebody that I knew. But I realized that I might not need to get near to someone that might not be her. Draw me nearer, near, blessed Lord, to the cross where thou hast died. Well, that cross is no longer standing in Jerusalem today. That hill is really nothing going on that place of the skull. But it says, draw me near to the cross where thou hast died. Draw me near, 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 blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. Well, can I tell you something today? His side is not bleeding today. His side doesn't bleed today. It did back in the day, it did. The reason that I have life today, and the reason that I have power today, and the reason that I believe the Lord dealt with me to listen to that song and be moved by the words of that song is He wanted me to get reminded that, Kenny, stay in the center. Don't be looking over there at this or be doing over there that, spending all your time over here, spending all your time over there. Draw me near to thou blessed bleeding side. His side is not bleeding today. But does He want me to draw nearer to Him? All the time that I was doing things for my grandson to give him excitement to come back to my house as he gets older, I probably have spent over $1,000 now, probably $1,200, and making something for him to enjoy. And that's what I want to do. He went to church with me Sunday, and I enjoy him being there. He's 8 years old. I want to try to show him the plan of God. But God's going to have to be the one to show him. And God can. He can take a little boy and show him a lot of things. But it comes from an example of somebody older than he is. And I just pray that this song here helped me to keep my focus on the narrow, narrow. And that's what the Lord is all about. This song is just a reminder of me that the Lord looks at me. It's easy to come out here and make a video. It's easy to come and turn on your camera and make a video. But it's hard when you feel convicted of something that you did, that you have to make it right. And I feel like, in a way, what the Lord allowed me to do tonight is find that song and use the words that I got out of that song. Draw me near. He's talking about drawing me nearer to Him. He saw my motives of what I was doing for my grandson. That wasn't wrong for me to do. It's just that it's wrong when I put anything ahead of the Lord. That's where the Lord has an issue with it. So I'm grateful and thankful that I can say I am thine, O Lord. I'm happy about that. The Lord saw what I was doing. He knew I meant well. He just wanted me to come back on the straight and narrow. That's what he all wants us to do, is to come back to him and be on the straight and narrow. Don't put stuff in front of him, no matter how innocent it may be. That song didn't have to play today, but that song broke me down. And you know, God will use a song that will break us down once in a while. Elderly ministry is how you get a hold of me if you'd like to talk. I'd love to talk with you if I can. Let me know if there's anything that you need. If you need salvation, please let me know. I feel like I'm a broke record when I come out here and I invite people to call. All they got to do is leave a message and let me call them back. I've got all the time in the world to help anybody that generally wants to know what God is expecting of them. I just hope that you find this video well with you. Thank y'all for tuning in.